When you think of the ideal safari, what springs to mind?
Is it a remote location, miles away from civilization?
Is it perhaps a place where wild animals of all shapes and sizes abound?
Or is it a place so connected to its natural surroundings that even time stands still, where your heart ignites and your soul takes flight?
There is a place where all of this exists.
Welcome to Londolozi.
Today, Luke and I have the privilege of sharing Londolozi with you.
Our Rhino Africa travel experts have for many years and repeatedly brought their clients to Londolozi, and for good reason.
Londolozi is a standalone, family-owned and run lodge situated within the world-famous Sabi Sand Reserve, which borders the Kruger National Park. And while the Sabi Sand Reserve is kind of like the Rolls-Royce of the modern-day safari, Londolozi is the original, proudly leading the way.
Londolozi has 5 luxurious lodges, all found on the banks of the Sand River. Each lodge is uniquely designed, with spectacular views over the river and the African bush beyond it, all with an air of sophisticated, meditative luxury.
Your stay at Londolozi isn't just a safari. It is a personalized, experiential journey. And as the safari pioneers, no one does a safari experience quite like Londolozi.
Londolozi is not only famous for its magnificent lodges and authentic safari experience, it's most famous for its leopards.
It is no secret that if you want to see leopards in the wild, the Sabi Sand Reserve is the place to see them. And at the heart of this reserve, with the highest density of leopards in the world, sits Londolozi.
Their leopard journey started almost 4 decades ago and has triggered a dynasty which has defined Londolozi. Over the years, their guides and trackers have continued to develop in-depth relationships with the generations of leopards, which allows guests to experience the most rare and intimate encounters.
Being able to watch a leopard in the wild is something which fundamentally changes you. They are graceful, powerful, and elegant, and a real drawcard to all those who visit Londolozi.
Londolozi means the protector of all living things, and the driving passion behind creating a space centered around the care of the land, the wildlife, and the people. Back in the 1970s, Londolozi pioneered the original conservation development model as a blueprint for social upliftment, conservation, and land restoration in the tourism industry, and in essence inspired and launched the South African safari industry as we know it. After his release from prison, former President Nelson Mandela visited Londolozi, experienced the inclusive nature of this conservation development model, and endorsed it as the model for conservation in South Africa. He stated that at Londolozi, he saw people of all races living in harmony amidst the beauty that Mother Nature offers, and that Londolozi represented a model for a dream he cherished for South Africa.
Sustainability is a phrase we hear a lot of. But what does it practically mean? Londolozi has defined themselves as a socially, economically, and environmentally responsible business. And while they offer a complete safari experience far beyond anything found elsewhere, it is their work on the original conservation development model and now on their futuristic African village which really sets them apart. I think we can all admit that our current modern system is not sustainable. Our wild spaces and wild animals are disappearing at alarming rates. But what if there was a different way of existing? What if there was a way whereby restoring the land around us and the animals it supports, we are actually looking after ourselves too? This is what the Londolozi futuristic African village is all about. It represents a return to harmonious living, a restoration of the planet, and a conscious shift back to being connected to nature. Londolozi has taken their own space and their own environment and decided to create a sustainable system which can be applied anywhere else in the world. A simple thing like starting a vegetable garden is encouraged at Londolozi. Not only is the produce bought by the lodge and guarantees the lowest carbon footprint, but since this is a staff or village-run initiative, it serves as a second source of income for entrepreneurially minded individuals. Add to this their own solar farm producing eco-friendly electricity, their prototype electronic game drive vehicles, the ban on single-use plastics, and their highly advanced water treatment plant, and it is easy to see that Londolozi is committed to a holistically sustainable existence within their own system. Londolozi is one of the founding partners of the Good Work Foundation, an incredible organization started right here at Londolozi in 2003, which now provides digital literacy education to thousands of children and adults in the surrounding community. So what does your stay at Londolozi really mean? Great wildlife? Sure. Exquisite food? Yes. Leopards? Naturally. But your stay is more than just that. It's about experiencing and endorsing a new way of thinking, a new way of living, and a new way of protecting our wildlife and our natural spaces. In line with their innovative nature, Londolozi doesn't just operate a spa. Instead, they operate a healing house, where fatigued, weary travelers are given the opportunity to reconnect, recalibrate, and rest. By crafting experiences of rejuvenation and restoration through meditation, breathwork, yoga, and immersive therapy, Londolozi not only treats an unwell state, but provides the tools of wellness by harnessing the powers of the wilderness around them.
And their healing house is just that, a place to reset and connect with this incredible environment. Londolozi is one of the powerhouses of the safari industry, boldly shaping and reshaping new frontiers.
Our guests often say that what makes Londolozi so special is this indescribable Londolozi feeling. And while hard to describe, we have certainly felt it.
There's a reason Londolozi guests return not 3 or 4 times, sometimes 15, 20, 30 times over.
Unfortunately, our time here has come to a close. So, from Luke
and Luke, that's it. We've loved showing you Londolozi, and we can't wait to show you more of Africa up close.